Most people want the finer things in life, such as expensive whiskey. How about a high-end watch? Or being able to jet set around the globe and check out luxury destinations? Now, all of these items have something in common, and that is that I can't afford any of them. Okay, I can afford a 20-piece McNuggets. But have you seen the price of these things in Canada? These things are getting out of control. They're $15.69 plus tax, which comes out to $17.50 for a 20-pack of nuggies. That's almost $1 a nuggie. This is getting absolutely insane. Sorry about that. Back to the video. While we're on the topic of things I can't afford, let me introduce you to this 2020 Mercedes-Benz S63 AMG Coupe. This is Mercedes' flagship car, the S63 AMG Matic Coupe, or for my European followers, Coupe. Sticker price on these cars new was over $173,000 US dollars. In Canadian dollars, we're talking over $200,000 brand new. Absolutely insane, the technology in this car. And yeah, let's get into reviewing it. Being an AMG car, this car has one of the most aggressive front ends on a car today. It also features this Panamericana grille, which is tribute to the 1952 SL race cars. But to me, that grille is actually tribute to something else. That grille is tribute to jail, because if you don't behave yourself in this car, that's where you're going to end up. Under the hood of these cars, you're going to find a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 engine that produces 603 horsepower and 660 foot-pounds of torque that helps you catapult this big boat to 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Does the quarter mile in around 12 seconds. Now guys, I know that might not sound like insanely impressive like hypercar territory, but you got to keep in mind this is a Grand Tourer. This car weighs 4,500 pounds and goes 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Now you might be wondering, why does a car like this cost north of $200,000? And I mean, there's good reasoning for that. Is the attention to detail that goes into these cars is next level. Every single AMG comes with a hand-built engine, and this one was built by a gentleman named Sebastian. So thank you, Sebastian, for taking the time, care, and precision to assemble this masterpiece. The headlights on this car are smarter than most people. They're an LED intelligent light system, and what they do is they have the ability to actually kind of read the road and follow the road, so they can actually swivel left to right and up and down, and actually have the ability to dim or brighten the luminance of the bulbs. You also have soft closed doors. It's so crazy, but even the tail lamps are OLED. And to open the trunk, you just push this button here, it lifts up, and that's actually where the camera is too. For the reverse camera, it's hidden away, which is a wonderful feature for those that live in a snowy climate like myself. And to close the trunk, just push the button there, and it will close. The car gets finished with beautiful quad tip exhaust out back. And let's hear what they sound like, because these cars do have valves in them, so you can make the cars quieter or louder. So let's have a listen. This car is a 4-seater, so entry to the back is actually pretty easy. And one cool feature on this car is it has automatic headrest. So when you pull the seat forward, you can see the headrest dropping down there as the seat slides forward. The rear is obviously beautifully appointed, and you're going to have a little less legroom than the people up front, but your seats in the rear are heated as well. Okay, now this might be silly to you, but one of my favorite features on this car is whenever you open the car up, the car hands you the seat belt. Check this out. How cool is that? The exterior of this car is obviously very special, but the interior of this car is where it absolutely shines. You're literally sitting in here going, I completely understand why it costs as much money as it does. I've never seen fit and finish as high caliber as this car. Now, obviously, I'm not the best person to speak on fit and finish of luxury cars because I don't review a lot of luxury cars, but from what I've ever seen, this is absolutely mind-blowingly impressive. Check out the screens. That's two 12-inch screens sitting side by side. Now, I wish you guys could be here to smell this car in person. I know that sounds ridiculous to say, but this Mercedes actually has something called, I don't know the exact name of it, but it's like the perfume fragrance delivery system or something. So this, what I'm holding right here, is this wonderful, wonderful smelling fragrance that kind of gets pumped through the vents. And honestly, like the best way I could explain it is like, imagine like the smell of like some luxury resort. And that's kind of like the same kind of vibe, but this beautiful smell gets pumped through the vents, and oh my God, this car smells so good. The steering wheel in this car is absolutely beautiful. It's finished in like leather and Alcantara, and it looks like it has like almost like an aircraft grade aluminum. Maybe that's not what it is, but that's what it looks like. And it's a beautiful steering wheel, and it feels really, really nice in the hands. It also has a ton of features like all your steering wheel controls, volume, adaptive cruise control, all your menu items, all off of the steering wheel. Even has paddles as well, and those paddles, something I never even mentioned, are hooked up to operate your 9-speed multi-clutch transmission. So this is a 9-speed. So it actually, being a big car, actually gets decent fuel mileage too. Trying to figure out this car is one thing too, but the options in here, as I said, and as I've preached this whole time, is absolutely next level. Let's go take a look at some of the options in here. So on the big screen, there's a big middle dial. I'll show you this in a sec, but there's all kinds of different options in here to adjust your climate control. There's track settings in here that would let you actually record. It says warning, use this on racetracks only, but it'll let you record like your 0 to 60 times, quarter mile times. It has like track layouts built in and telemetry, all kinds of really interesting stuff you'll find on this screen. But one thing that is just so amazing, and I actually told my wife when I left the house, I said, I'm gonna go shoot a review on this car and go for a massage. And she kind of looked at me a little weird. What I didn't tell her is that I was gonna get a massage from the car, because you have those types of options in here. I have it working right now. I have an activating massage going on right now in my seat, or there's a classic massage, or there's hot relaxing back massage, or anything. As I said, the customization in here is so like anything I've never seen before, and this is why you pay north of $200,000 for a car. The seats are the comfiest seats I think I've ever sat in. The car has a 360-degree camera system for obviously when you're in reverse, and it comes in so handy. And as you turn the steering wheel, you can actually see the lines there move and adjust to show you where the car is going to end up. A nice big center console too. This car plays some trickery on me though, because you can open it from here, but you can also open it from here. And I don't really understand how that works, but it is very nice. You have ample room for storage and drinks. There's your cup holders there that are nicely hidden away from this nice cover. There's a nice big raised logo for the AMG on the center console. The sound system in this car is Burmester, and honestly the best way to explain it is imagine going to a live concert or a live opera, and that's pretty much what it sounds like listening to the stereo in here. I would love to demo it for you, but obviously because of copyright, I can't really play any songs that are not royalty free, but you're just gonna have to take my word on this. The stereo is absolutely next level in this car. Now you're probably wondering at home, what's it like to drive an S63 AMG Coupe? So let's go find out. Wow, this thing is so fast. I cannot believe the way it accelerates. It literally just keeps pulling and pulling and pulling, and it never stops, just like the Energizer Bunny. I'm just doing a little back and forth here, and it's really quite a cool sensation because the seats, actually, the bolsters move on the seats to hold you in position. And believe it or not, for a 4,500 pound car, this car actually feels quite nimble, which is weird to say. Sometimes it's really tough to capture stuff that I'm experiencing. But what I can tell you is that this car is so smooth, and that's probably because of the air suspension, and it is so quiet, and that's probably due to the dual pane glass. Now, I am going to make a statement to you, okay? And this is just personal opinion, but there is one downfall with owning an AMG Mercedes. And that is that you need to have FU money to own one of these things, because Mercedes tend to depreciate like, I don't even know. Like, imagine jumping into a river with concrete bricks tied to your feet. And that's how these things depreciate. I hate to say it, but it's just the way it is. If you were to look at a 2015 or a 2010 model S-Class AMG, they are literally a fraction of the price and are pretty much affordable to everyday Joes, really. New, obviously, none of us can afford them other than the 1% of the world population, the elites of the world. But in a used market, they become much more attainable, which is great for people like me, just scary whenever they break because they still cost an arm and a leg to fix. Now, there's a saying in life, and it goes a little something like this, that money can't buy you happiness. Well, I hate to break it to you, but I feel like I'd be pretty happy having this as my commuter or this as my getaway car for the weekend. And I would agree in certain aspects, money can't buy you happiness because, I mean, sure, money can't buy you your health, and maybe money can't buy you friends or loved ones, but money can do some pretty awesome things, and money can buy you a 600 horsepower Mercedes. To own an S63 AMG Coupe is, in my opinion, the definition of success. The elites of the world can afford cars like this. The 1% population of the world can afford a car like this. And if you can, or you're in the position to afford a car like this, I'm telling you guys, it's quite the feeling. I'm only driving this car for half an hour, or whatever timeline I have this car. But to drive something of this caliber just truly makes you feel quite special in the sense that you accomplish financial greatness in your life, and something like this is one of the rewards for doing so. Well, that's all I got for today on this Mercedes-Benz S63 AMG Coupe. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. If you are, please take a second out of your day and hit that like button, and please consider subscribing to my small channel. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you all in the next one.